Hey there, it's Mia Redrick here. It's Mia Redrick here, the mom strategist. I am so excited. Hey guys. Hey there, CJ290. Tell me your name. It's Mia Redrick here, the mom strategist, and I am so excited. I'm so excited. Hey Patrice, good to see you. I'm excited about the scope today. Now it's going to be a quick one. I'm making my dinner, and I just thought about this. I was talking to some clients today about, honoring that calling that's on your life. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. It's something that means, thank you so much. It's something that means so much to me, is that, it's not only knowing what is inside of you, but what are you going to do with what you know? What are you going to do with what you know? Thank you, Patrice. Thank you, Patrice. I want to give people time to get on. Hey, Wendy, good to see you. I want to give you some time to get on today. Hey there. Tell me your name. Tell me your name. Hey there. Good to see you. Good to see you. For those of you who I'm just meeting, I'm Mia Redrick. I am the mom strategist, and I support moms, some dads, with life and business success. Hi, William. Good to see you. With life and business success, you guys can always check me out at miaredrick.com. Hey, I know Shanita. Good to see you. Hey, Laura. You can check me out at miaredrick.com, on my past scopes at katch.me. katch.me, and just search Mia_Redrick. Now today what I'm going to be teaching on is how to honor that calling that's on your life. Now before I get started, I always like to share my story, because I think my story will touch somebody out there and maybe make you do something that, reach bigger, or maybe do something that you never thought of before. All right. Thank you so much for sharing with your followers. So before I get started, if you guys don't mind sharing with your followers on Periscope, on Twitter, or Facebook, let's pack it out, guys. I'm thinking this is going to be about a 20-minute scope. My scopes are long, but it'll be about 20 minutes, but it's going to be content rich. It's going to be, hey, Spa Diva. I love that. Spa Diva's in the house. Spa Diva's in the house. So let me get started with my story. When I got started in business 13 years ago, a lot of you guys know this, I had a dream of being an entrepreneur. I wanted to combine my background as a corporate trainer. Thank you so much for inviting your friends. And my love of motherhood into a business. And quite frankly, I wasn't really sure how to do it. I didn't know what it would look like, because truthfully, mom and coaching didn't even exist at that time. And so I sought out resources in my town in Maryland to find out, I went to a business resource center to figure out how I might be able to put my love of motherhood and training, my skill of training, into a business. And I was told that no one would ever pay me to do what I've been doing for the last 13 years. Can you believe that? All right. And I always share that with you guys, because I know that sometimes if you're a thought leader, if you do the unconventional, likely people are saying the exact same things to you. Hey, Marcy, good to see you. Good to see you. Fist bump. Boom. All right. So that's really how I got started. I ended up bumping into a coach, finding a coach and working with her. And I was able to see what she was doing in her business, and then really make it my own, figure out for myself how to build systems to grow my own coaching business. Fast forward, I've been a full-time entrepreneur, hey darling, for the last 10 years and loving what I do. And, I don't just have a business. I have a business that I absolutely enjoy. I love what I get to do. I love who I get to work with. It's just a privilege and honor to be able to work with so many brilliant and amazing people all the time. All right. And, you can choose powerfully for yourself as an entrepreneur. Hey, Kim Jones is in the house. But my husband and I also own a commercial laundry. Hey, darling. We own a commercial laundry and have for over 11 years. And we both are full-time entrepreneurs. And we've done real estate over the years. I invested in real estate about 15 years ago. So I've got a pretty long track record as an entrepreneur. And all of the models that we've ever been interested in have been always time-rich, one-to-many models. And so whether we're talking about a business-to-business kind of model that we have, or whether we're talking about what I do in terms of working with my clients from the comfort of my home. All right. So if you've been following me, you know that I've worked with over 400 clients directly, and tens of thousands of moms have benefited from my strategies and my tips as I was signed on Emmy nominated and nationally syndicated television programs. And I don't tell you this to impress you. I tell you this, that this was the girl who someone said to me that I needed to go get a job that no one would ever pay me to do what I'm currently doing. And sometimes you'll share your big dreams with people and they just don't know what you know, right? They don't see what you see. And because of it, the advice you get is based on those things, all right? So I just want you to reach big and know who you're talking to. You got to know who and who not to listen to. And that's one of the things that I've learned over the years. All right, I'm going to get started. There's some ground rules for the scope. Okay, remember to write, tap, tap, tap. Writing means the notes that you're taking for yourself. But I also, real talk, yeah, thank you. But I also want you, if you like what you're hearing, if you don't mind hearting it up, because I can't hear you, all right? I can only heart hear you. And that allows me to hear that or connect that what I'm saying to you resonates with you, all right? The hearts do that for me because I can't hear you. I'd love to hear your voices, all right? So you guys all know I'm the mother of 3 children, great kids. I've got all double digits, 17, 14, and 10 years old. And my children don't have a memory of their parents working full time. So glad you didn't listen to his advice. Thank you so much. My children don't have a memory of their parents having a job. I'm not anti-job or anything like that. They just know that we've been entrepreneurs all of their lives. And it's so interesting when you give your kids that lens, that view. It's interesting how they think about things, how they sell their toys to their friends, how they're very transactional. I'll give you a great quick story and then I'll jump right in. My son is 17. When he turned 13 years old, for his birthday gift, we got him an E-Trade account for $500, okay, so that he could trade stocks himself. And I never expected that at 17 years old that he would be able to turn that $500 into thousands of dollars, all right? Financial literacy early, right? And it's amazing. I am not an investor in stocks. That's not my poison that I choose. My husband either, but my son loves to invest in stocks. And it all started from just taking $500 and for his birthday, instead of getting him some books or shoes or whatever it was, we got him an E-Trade account, and he loves trading stock as a result of that. So, there are just so many great gifts that we can give our kids to become financially literate and to understand how, the tool of money. That money is a tool, wealth is a tool, right? And the more you understand, the less you're not intimidated by it, the more you speak the language, the easier it is. That's what we're going to be talking about today, all right? So if you guys are ready for me to get started today, just say, I'm ready, Mia, and I'll get started. It's how to honor the calling that's on your life. I'm going to try to not make it hot and heavy. Sometimes my scopes I have to fan, all right? How to honor the calling that's on your life. Who's ready, okay? Squad Diva's ready. Tim and Sean is in the house. Okay, you're ready? Okay, anyone else ready? All right. The first thing that I wrote here is, thank you so much, Tim, for inviting your followers, is, follow your whim, right? Do what you love, all right? Follow your whim and do what you love. Now, what I mean by that is I meet so many people who are so focused on trying to get it just right, do it just right, say it just right, so that, because they believe that there's this mold, this model that they need to follow. I know. I've been hashing it out. I've got a lot on my plate. I got a lot of good stuff happening. I'll tell you guys about it soon. But follow your whim, okay, and do what you love to do. And, I think you will never go wrong as it relates to your calling if you do the thing that you absolutely love. And so many people say, well, how do I find that? It's probably that thing that you're Googling like every day just for fun. It's probably the books that you just pick up or the magazine articles that you just have to read. Say it's probably those things because you love to do those things. See, for me, I loved being a mom. Love being a mom. It was like one of the greatest honors for me, and I was good at it. All right, and so much so people would stop me in the mall and ask me questions and advice everywhere I went. Whether I knew them, whether I didn't know them, it doesn't matter. Still is until this day. And the fact of the matter is, I was a great trainer, and I love training. And I knew if I could combine those two things, man, these are two things that I absolutely love. And if you combine things that you love, all right, there's nothing on the other side of that but joy. Hear me on that, all right? And so many people believe that in order for them to pursue the calling that's on their life, they need to ask someone, they need to do a Google search to figure out what somebody else is doing, they need to search what the trends are, I didn't do any of that. I didn't do any, there were no trends. There were no mom coaching trends. There were no mom coachings. The words did not exist. Somebody's hearing me. I think Ruby's going to hear me on this. There were no trends to follow. The trend that I followed was the trend that was inside my heart. I followed the gifts, the natural gifts that I have. And I know that, hey there, darling, I know that this will support those of you out here who are trying to get it just right, who think that there is just a way to do the thing that you're called to do. And I'm telling you that if you just show up and as you, and you do the things that you love, you show up so much more powerfully. Hey, Pat, good to see you. You show up so much more powerfully in those things just by being yourself. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So stop trying to get it just right and stop trying to do a Google search to figure out what other people are doing, and literally get clear about what you love and do that thing. Do that thing. And it was funny because it didn't make sense. Can we have your website? It's MiaRedrick.com. Mia Redrick, M-I-A Redrick.com. I'll never forget this. I said to my husband, probably 13, 14 years ago, I said, Pat, I want to go to work as myself, right? Anybody want to go to work as themselves? I said, I want to go to work as myself, right? And listening as I ride home. Okay, Pat, be safe, all right. I said to my husband, I want to go to work as myself. And he said, I hope someone pays you to do that. Yes, you can search Mia_Redrick on catch.me. And there are over 180 content-rich scopes. So, you can, I don't know how long they're going to be there, but they're there right now. And so they're there for your taking. And I scope mostly about life and business success. Number 2 is stop listening from the outside in instead of from the inside out. Hear me. Stop listening. If you're trying to identify what your calling is and the calling that's on your life, it's not out there. It's inside. All right. Stop listening from the outside. All right. The outside in to figure out what you're supposed to do instead of from the inside out. All right. So my truth is a truth that's in me. It's not anything that's outside of me. And I meet so many people who give away their power, creatively speaking, because they don't understand that when God is talking to you, He's talking to you. Okay. He's not talking to you out here. He's talking to you. He's talking to you here. All right. And are you able to hear that? In order to do that, you have to be able to trust that still voice. You got to be able to get quiet so that you can hear what he's saying to you. That's a good one. Stop listening from the outside in instead of the inside out. And it's so important. I like to journal a great deal, but I like to do spiritual journals. And if you guys know any of you guys have been listening, you know that I talk about this every now and again. And all it really is it's journaling just like you would normally journal, except I write notes to God and he writes notes back to me. And it can be something as simple as, God, I'm really trying to make a decision between this or that. And then whatever I write next is whatever he's telling me to do. See, that's from the inside out. And the only way that I'm able to get clarity about what I'm supposed to do, it is from here. It's not external. It's not what my girlfriends are saying. It's not what my husband's telling me I should do. See, I think that when you ask other people about your gifts and your talents, what you should do, about what do they see, right, in you, it clarifies for you. Like what they're saying to you, it's not new to you. So like if I asked you guys right now, let me ask you right now, and I'm not fishing for my ego, right? If I ask you right now, like as a result, for those of you who've experienced me over and over again, what's just one word that you would use to describe me? Great example. One word that you guys would use to describe me. Those of you who have been on the scopes over and over again, what's one word? I want to illustrate something to you guys. What's one word? All right. Anyone? Anyone want to play? All right. One word that you would use to describe me. Hey, Carly, good to see you. Authentic. Thank you so much. Focus. Okay. Inspiring. Okay. Thank you. All right. Any other words? Okay. So when you ask people to tell you one word, strategist. All right. See, do you notice how and thank you so much, guys. Informative. Do you notice that the words that are here, they're not new words. They're not words. And I'm like, what does that mean? Okay. Am I an encourager? Yeah, I am an encourager. Am I intelligent? Yeah, I'm brilliant. Thank you. I receive that. I'm brilliant. So the things that you're asking people to tell you that they see in you is not going to be it's not going to be a surprise to you. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's not going to be a surprise to you. All right. So that's why it's not from the outside in. When you ask people to tell you one way that they experience you, what it will do, thank you so much. What it will do for you is clarify what you already know about what your strengths are. See, I know I'm resourceful, right? I'm creative. I love to inspire. I'm intelligent. And I don't say it from that place. I'm just saying that what you guys said, I know those things. Those are the gifts that I have. And that's what God wants to use in me. And I find so often that people don't know what they're really great at, or they don't know that they already know these things, but they haven't taken the time to get still or to journal about whatever it is to get clear that they can execute, and therefore they don't honor the calling that's on their life. See, I knew right away that the mom strategist is not supposed to be singing to you, because I don't sing. See, nobody wrote singer. No one said, no one wrote, you should be on the American Idol, right? Or The Voice, because I don't sing, right? I talk, I teach, I train, I coach, I inspire, right? As myself, I share my stories, all right? And so what I'm saying to you is that it's inside you already. So honor your gifts. Number 3 is identify what fulfills you. So I believe that your calling on your life, it fuels you and it fulfills you. So if you're doing something in your business, in your life that drains you, okay, that might not be your calling. Because your calling is that thing that you do and you can't stop doing it. You understand what I'm saying? Like it could be 4 a.m. I could be in an airport and there's a mom and there's something going on. And you know what? I'm the mom strategist. And instantly it just kicks in. It's like it doesn't turn off. And so what I want you to understand is what fuels you and fulfills you. These kids, kids are the draining. Okay, that's funny. Okay, laughing out loud, right? So what I'm telling you is that look for what fulfills you and fuels you. I love this. My first time watching you. Thank you, Spa Diva. Identify what fulfills you and fuels you, because there's this thing that happens when you find your groove. It's sort of like Carla is here, and from the GYSB movement, which is Get Your Sexy Back movement. You guys need to follow her. And the thing is, if you ever watch Carla, she helps women who are over 40 get their sexy back, right? Like really. But when you watch her jump rope, you realize that she's fueled and fulfilled by what she's doing, because nobody can make anyone jump rope for 1 hour and take 30-second breaks. That's it. And I'm telling you, really, okay, when it's your calling on your life, you can't stop it. See, it doesn't stop. You don't turn it off. Like, you're not thinking about when am I done? You're never done, because it's a calling on your life. It's what you're meant to do. You can't stop doing it. And if you find that there's this thing that you have to constantly you crave it, right? If you have to constantly pump yourself up to do the thing that you think is your gift, likely it's not. Because when I get out of bed in the morning, I am excited about, what am I going to co-create today? Who's going to write a book today? You know what? Who's going to step up to the plate in their life and accomplish their dreams, their plans, and their goals? Who am I going to help? What marriages am I going to help? In terms of creating systems so they can be better couples. What are we going to do in terms of creating formulas so that women create better profit in their businesses, or own their gifts, or understand how valuable they are? I get excited about it. I get excited about the scenarios, and all of it. I can't turn it off. It's just with me all the time. That's what your calling is. Number 5, you need to make sure that you have a mentor who has already done what you want to do. And you know what? You need to show up. All right? No hearts, right? But you need to make sure you have a mentor. If you want to honor the calling that's on your life, one of the things that I found for myself over the years was so important is I had mentors. I've had tons of them who I have stood on their shoulders. They've showed me how to take the thing that I can't stop thinking about. Yeah, mentorship is awesome to have. And the things that I can't think about, and they showed me how to monetize those things, how to create formulas to make those things happen. It's hard to find one. It's not that hard. And I'm going to talk about that and I think in 2 more, okay? The fact of the matter is mentorship changed my life. And at the end of the day, I never heard of coaching. I didn't know what a coach. I didn't know any coaches. But when I met this one woman who was living the way that I wanted to live, Terry Levine, and I realized she was free and she owned her time, and I wanted to be free. I wanted to be an entrepreneur that was free. I didn't want to be an entrepreneur that was bound. I wanted to be an entrepreneur that built her business in a way that was time rich and allowed me to be there for my family. And she did that for her family. She was a free entrepreneur. And I decided to work with her. And you know what? I've been a full-time entrepreneur for the last 10 years, free, right? Just like her, because she taught me systems that were time rich. She showed me how to own my time. And as a result of that, I've been able to build profitable models in my business to do that. And you need to have mentors in your life that do the things that you dream about over and over and over again. They've already done those, and that will teach you and share their secrets with you. The next thing is, number 6, is don't undermine your success by minimizing yourself and putting your dreams on hold. So if you ever want to honor the calling on your life, don't minimize your gifts. Don't minimize the things that people say to you. That means that somebody says you're brilliant, you're fantastic, and you're like, oh, not me. You guys know if you're guilty, right? We all do this. We go through various growth stages in terms of our own personal esteem, where sometimes we cannot receive what people are saying to us. I'm just saying, all right? It's okay to heart. It's okay to heart. And the reality is, if you want to honor the calling that's on your life, you've got to be able to breathe in. Breathe in, guys, what people are saying to you. Hear what people are saying to you over and over again about what makes you brilliant and talented and amazing. Where are all the hearts, y'all? I think they might be writing, or maybe everybody fell asleep, or maybe they're having dinner, or maybe they're in carpool. I don't know, okay? But remember the deal, hearts, right? Okay, all right. So don't undermine your success by minimizing your gifts. And if you want to honor the calling that's on your life, right? Because if you keep saying to people over and over again, no, they'll eventually stop reinforcing and saying those things to you. The other thing, or putting your dream on hold. See, if there's a calling in your life, a lot of times what we think is that if we can't do everything, we can't get started. But it's not true. See, when I got started in business, I could only put in 4 to 6 hours. 4 to 6 hours was all I had, guys, every week to put in my business. My husband was on dialysis for 5 years, and he got a kidney transplant 2 years ago on March 12th. And it'll be 2 years. And you know what? I decided to create a transition plan for my business that I could only do 4 to 6 hours a week. I couldn't do everything at one time. And so I was just clear about how to show up in my business powerfully, to do activities that allowed me to monetize even with just 4 to 6 hours a week. And I told you guys that one of the things that I did, that's more than most of us do a month, right? I know, 4 to 6 hours a week. It's true, Carla, but I was consistent about it. 4 to 6 hours a week. It doesn't take a lot of time to change your life and world. It takes consistent time. You have to be consistent and persistent over time. Laser focused on the things that you want to create and that you want to see happen in your life. And if you do that, you can create real change. Otherwise, a lot of people they're all in one day, and then they're not in for the next 3 days, 3 days or 3 weeks or whatever, 3 months. But I was consistent, 4 to 6 hours a week. I focused on activities that I could monetize right away. My first product was an ebook. I wrote a 40-page ebook. I actually outsourced it, made $88,000 from this. 4 to 6 hours a week, guys. None of this was hard. Didn't even write the ebook, but I was focused on building my message and my brand and getting my products out there in the world. And I began to monetize, right? Not with a whole lot of hours. So a lot of times we have a story about how we can create success. And that story sometimes when we're trying to honor our calling is that we have a work mentality, right? Which says you got to work 40 hours or 60 hours or 80 hours or whatever it is a week in order for you to achieve success. But in reality, it doesn't take time to create money, right? It takes a wealthy strategy, a great solution for being able to monetize a product. That's how you can create wealth. When I sell my books online, okay, the fact of the matter is I'm in the grocery store. I might be in carpool and people are buying those books, but it's a strategy that I'm using that allows me to monetize my gifts and what I know and my content. If you don't know how to do that, you need to have a mentor. Thank you, Tim and Sean. I appreciate you so much. And I have missed you. I haven't seen you. Okay. All right. Or putting your dream on hold. And what I mean by that is you're looking for that perfect time. Like you know what your gifts and your talents are, but You're waiting for that perfect time when the kids go to school, full time, or when, you can email me at Mia_Redrick at findingdefinitions.com. Mia_Redrick at findingdefinitions.com. All right. So, you're waiting for your kids to graduate from school. Are you kidding me? You can start right now. You don't need a lot of time. You just need some time. You need a system around that. And last, you need to find your tribe. If you ever want to honor the calling that's on your life, you need to find your tribe. That's people doing what you do, okay? People doing what you do, and you need to play right there. Now, I'm getting ready to make some people uncomfortable right now because I know you want to play with people who maybe you're the smartest person in the room. But you need to get around people who are doing what you want to do, who are living out your calling. You can see it. You see that there is real proof. I don't mean hype. I don't mean flashy websites. I don't mean that you go to an event and you are, you're in love with what you hear and it's not what you need. You guys know how I speak to that, right? What you need to do is you need to make sure that you make up. Your makeup is extra gorgeous. Is it? Thank you. Aren't you sweet? You guys are great. Okay. But you need to find people who are doing what you do, and you need to play right there. You need to play right there because that is the sweet spot. So everything that I have learned over the years about sales or marketing or building a business passively or online or how to show up, more powerfully with my products or, even as an expert in my field, how to position myself as an expert. I mean, how do I take what I'm doing from an idea and then get signed to an Emmy nominated, nationally syndicated television show, guys? How? Well, it's because I decided to get around people that were doing that. And they explained to me how to position myself as an expert. They showed me how I needed to be able to grow my business, what I needed to invest in myself. I couldn't have come up with those things by myself. And if you're trying to teach yourself those things and you're not part of a mastermind group, some accountability group, some type of coaching program where people are incubating, you're seeing different types of success. Come on. That's what you got to do to honor your calling. That's just the reality. And so many of us want to be the smartest person in the room, but what really serves you is you're not dumb, being the person in the room that can learn the most. Sometimes with my mastermind group, I talk about them all the time. These ladies have all done over $1 million in business in a single year. So in my business, in my business, I've never done $1 million in a single year. The most I've ever done is close to $900,000. So I've never done in one business over $900,000. So hear me on this. And these women have. And so they have things that I can learn from them. And so when I'm with them, they talk about different ways that they sell and different ways that they position their products and their services. They understand different resources that I didn't know and I don't know. And I'm just there to learn, right? And I've got things that I can share with them. So you need to make sure, if you want to honor the calling that's on your life, that you're getting around people that know things you do not know consistently. And you get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Yes, always have to be open to learn. You got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, comfortable with being around people who know things that you do not know. That is where it's at. Now, today, what we've been talking about is how to honor the calling that's on your life. I'm just going to recap briefly. First is follow your whim. Do the thing you love to do. Okay. Follow what you love to do. That's the first thing. The second is stop listening from the outside in. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. What matters is what you're supposed to do. And instead start listening from the inside out, right? Okay, thank you. Number 3 is identify what fulfills you. Now, what fulfills you and fuels you. See, your calling fuels you, right? It doesn't drain you. Like, you can do it 24/7. It ignites you. It excites you. It's like, it's awesome, right? I don't know. I love what I get to do every day, and I can do it all day, every day, literally all day, every day. I could do it, and it doesn't feel like work, no matter where I am. Next is get a mentor who has already done what you want to do and show up. Now, see, I didn't talk about showing up. I'm saying if you're going to write the check, show up, right? Play full out. Do what you need to do. That's how you honor the calling that's on your life. All right. I mean, I am always amazed that people who invest in my coaching programs and that show up 15 minutes late. Are you kidding? Like, are you serious? Like, are you really serious? Okay. Why would you make an investment in changing your life and show up 15 minutes late for you? Just silence, crickets. I'm just saying, all right? So if you are going to make an investment for the calling that's on your life, play full out, show up, be on time. Be all in, do your homework, implement, ask the questions, get your questions answered, right? It's a calling. All right, next is a discipline, is what it is. Next is don't undermine your success by minimizing your gifts. Don't undermine your success by minimizing your gifts or putting it on hold. Like, oh, I'll do this tomorrow. Oh, I'll do this, in 5 years, 2 years when the kids go to school. Do it now. And lastly, find your tribe. Mastermind, accountability groups, totally is where it's at. Find people who are doing what you love and play right there. Stay right there. That's how you honor the calling that's on your life, all right? So I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I support moms with life and business success. You can always check me out at miaredrick.com, miaredrick.com, or my past scopes at catch.me, KATCH.me, and just search Mia_Redrick. Of course, if you're looking to work with a coach, I'd love to work with you. And the people that I enjoy to work with the most, they're sharp, they're smart, they believe in self-investment. All right? I don't do any free coaching. And if you have any questions about working with me, you can always email me at Mia_Redrick at findingdefinitions.com. Mia_Redrick at findingdefinitions.com. In my profile, you can also book me for a 1 hour. I think it's a 60-minute consult for $200. I charge $1,000 an hour for clients, one-to-one. But for Periscope, because you guys don't know me, you can book one consult for $200 if that's of interest to you. It's right there in my Periscope bio, okay? And then also I'm teaching a class on how to leverage what you know and earn 6 figures. And that link is also in my Periscope bio, guys, there as well, all right? And then I think lastly, each month I teach a class called the Moms Academy, and that is, I think it's $117 a month. It's a coaching program where I work with entrepreneurs here, really on Periscope in a private Periscope training, where I get to go deep and share resources with entrepreneurs who want accountability, who want systems, who want training specific to growing their business, all right? Are there any questions for me? Are there any questions for me before I sign out? Any questions for me? Okay. Did this scope support you guys? Did this scope support you guys? Hey, Pat, did this scope support you guys? All right. You driving? Okay. Yes, ma'am. All right. Tamara. All right. All right. Anyone else? Yes. Spa Diva. Okay. All right. Yes. Awesome. Okay. Yes. Ruby. Tim. Okay, awesome. All right, well, I've enjoyed sharing with you guys today, and I'll talk to you really soon. Have a great and amazing day, guys. Knock it out the park. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Your hubby said yes? Okay, awesome. Tell him I said hi. Awesome. Make sure you catch the replay if you're just jumping in. It was a great scope. I'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye. Thank you. You're welcome. Bye.